up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats here with another dope reaction for you. Well, happy Sunday, and we are keeping this weekend content train rolling because holy cow, everyone and their mom has dropped new videos this weekend, and that includes the one and only Redstone God, Mumbo Jumbo. And he just dropped a brand new video. I made a working Rubik's Cube in Minecraft. I can't solve the real ones, let alone even fathom trying to solve a Minecraft one, but leave it to Mumbo to make something absolutely insane like this. And make sure you show him some love by subscribing to his channel and liking the original video. And if you enjoy my reaction, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free because it greatly helps out the channel. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb ass intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo-hoo! Oh, let's go, Sauce Gang. Let's go. Let's go. It is time.
This could be a total waste of time. Not for you, because if you're seeing this, that means that this has worked. It could be a total waste of time for me, because this might be completely impossible. I really like the idea of what I'm about to attempt today. I have a feeling I could be able to make it work. Like, I understand the mechanics of what would make it work, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be able to make it work. It is time for us to build a Rubik's Cube, making use of the Create mod with all of its fancy components.
See, fam, I don't know what literally half of this stuff is.
If I'm going to be able to do it, this is the only way I'm going to be able to do it. My brain is hurting already. I'm trying to work out how I would be able to make things stick to one another, but then unstick from one another when I want them to rotate in certain ways. This is going to be challenging.
Okay, so I can tell you, my brain's going to be hurting watching this, because you guys know I'm the noobiest of noobs with redstone, so I'm just learning.
The first thing that I should do is actually get a Rubik's Cube in front of me. I feel like my brain will be able to operate on the plane of Rubik's Cubes once I can actually see a Rubik's Cube. And you know what? That has helped. Not only does this look ridiculously awesome, I'm really tempted to actually leave this as being glass, because being able to see through and see all the mechanisms would be very fancy. But also, it genuinely has helped me picture and envision how this thing is actually going to function.
Fam, there's literally no room inside this Rubik's Cube. Like, I don't...
See, a Rubik's Cube is actually quite simple in the way that it functions. So we have this section right here, this entire area of blocks, this can all pivot, this entire area of blocks can pivot, this entire area of blocks can pivot, and this one can as well, and then this top section can pivot, and this bottom section can pivot. Those are all the moving parts of a Rubik's Cube. So all we need to do is build up the pivoting mechanisms which attach to the central tile of each one of these faces here, and then we need to make sure that all of the correct things move when this central block pivots. And this feels like a good time to mention that I am not someone that can solve Rubik's Cubes. I'm not in the Rubik's Cube community.
Now, Mr. Mumbo Jumbo, if you solve a Minecraft Rubik's Cube, I'd say you can solve a Rubik's Cube.
Going to get all of the terminology wrong, and for that, I really do apologize. The spinny spin mechanism. I don't know.
Is there terminology for Rubik's Cubes? I mean, I guess you gotta imagine there is, right? With there being like world records and stuff like that.
Apologize for that terminology. That should stick around. So this assortment of mechanical components should do the rotational bits. Okay, so when I hit this button right here, we should get a 90-degree spin of this block, which that has worked perfectly. And then when I flick this lever and then hit that button, it should spin back.
Fam, hold on. What are these components? I've never seen these. And why are they so ridiculously small? Or why is the glass ridiculously big? Oh, that's not just one block. Oh, that's a 3x3 block. Okay. So there's actually quite a bit of room inside this Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Well, I mean, that's good. That is very, very good. Now, to make this central block stick to all of the other correct tiles that need to move, I'm going to be using these things, which are known as stickers. Yeah, that's the perfect name for them. Now, what these stickers do is they stick to things when they're given a redstone input. So, say, for example, I do this. That is now sticking to it. It toggles on, and then when I give it another redstone input, it unsticks itself.
Really cool.
So let's just quickly make sure that this entire setup for the first face is working. Everything is all stuck together. When I hit this button, that is incredibly incredibly satisfying. That is absolutely awesome. But things get a little bit more complicated when you realize that these also need to rotate with it. But then when we rotate this pivot, these then need to rotate with it. Do you see the issue? There's like conflicting rotations going on. And the way that I'm going to solve that for the time being is just by not thinking about it. And then that can be a problem for future.
The way I'm going to solve that for now is I'm going to do nothing. I'm just going to ignore it and wait until the end until I have to solve it.
What I want to work on now is the inputs for the actual pivots themselves. And I'm going to be doing that using buttons that are in front of the face that is going to be pivoting. And I'm going to send the signal through to the Rubik's Cube, making use of these redstone links, which are fantastic. So in theory, I've just connected them up. Evidently, I haven't. I forgot to actually turn this one into a receiver. So now, in theory, I've just connected them up. And this is working. That is exciting. And using the tiniest bit of redstone, I've also added in the clockwise part of the mechanism. So now we have anti-clockwise and clockwise rotations. Next up, of course, I've got to link up all of the other sides as well, which I'm gradually making my way through. And I think we can all agree the internals of this Rubik's Cube are starting to look rather cool indeed. But now I've arrived at the future me problem. But in the process of doing all of those internal mechanisms, I actually came up with a really simple way that this could potentially happen. I've just put the redstone links next to the little stickers, and I've linked up the timing on the outside of the cube, so nothing has to go on the inside. This could work. I am cautiously optimistic here.
This could work? Question mark?
But I have made backups just in case. So what we should get is a stick, a spin, and then an unstick. Are we ready?
Shake, rattle, and roll.
Well, that could have gone better. Yeah, that definitely could have gone better. I forgot to make them receivers again.
I'll tell you what, something I love so much about Mumbo's videos is trial and error. Mumbo is not afraid to fail, because when he fails, he learns, reevaluates, figures out what went wrong, corrects it, or tries something new, just with trial and error. Like, that's what I love. He shows to never give up and keep trying what you're trying to do, you know?
I'm absolutely useless. So a stick, spin, unstick. Well, that worked amazingly. But what? That actually did it.
That's satisfying.
That actually... Okay. Well,
that is so
this
satisfying.
is happy days. As you can probably tell, I'm a little bit lost for words here. You know, I don't really know what to say. Does it work on the anti-clockwise? Watch it completely mess up on the anti-clockwise. Goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious me. Now, I haven't connected up the other parts of the tiles just yet, but that's partly because it's not actually going to be that difficult. You know, we might just be on the home stretch.
Is he... Oh, he's past the hard part? Because how are you gonna, like... That's weird. Like a little hairball just attached to me. I don't get how he's gonna have the, like, the counter
Straight now.
spins.
Those could be famous last words. So obviously, so far, all I've done is hooked up one of the spinny things. Now I have to hook up all of the spinny things to their inputs and make sure that everything is working correctly there. And with the inputs all sorted, now it's time to do all of the stickers, which is a bit of a laborious and boring task, I'll be honest with you. It's just glue, place a block, glue, place a block. Then we need all of the redstone links in place. And don't worry, I am actually remembering to convert them all into receivers. I think I've finally learnt my lesson. And now we should see every single element of this thing fully working and fully spinning in both directions. Honestly, damage! And it's all because of this. All because of this mismatch here. But that's now all fixed. Only to find yet more problems and breakages. But now they're all fixed. And now this thing is pretty much ready to go. I am now ready to start connecting up the different types of tiles to one another and start making this thing actually function like a proper Rubik's Cube. And I have to say, I'm getting nervous again. And rightly so. You see, I've been connecting everything up for around about an hour. And then I realized a fatal flaw. I have based all of the connections on the color of the tile. Now, do you see where that's an issue, right?
Yeah, because the
redstone contraption will only work when the Rubik's Cube is correct, when it's solved. Okay?
It worked. You're done. You can't undo it, and you can't do anything else. You can just keep spinning. But congrats, you win.
There's a problem. As soon as all of these blue tiles get muddled up and say there's a blue tile over here and a blue tile over here, the redstone signal from this system is going to connect. It's going to activate all of the blue tiles, which are everywhere else, and it's not going to spin. It's not going to spin this tile. It's only going to activate the blue ones. And the same thing goes to the orange section and the white one and the yellow one. And
this is tough,
it just doesn't work at all. It's like totally doesn't work.
Like not even a little. Like he basically, yeah, it 100% won't work.
What?
That's a kick in the teeth right there.
I don't even know what to do.
That's his brain. He's like, oh shit. I literally. You got this, Mum. I got faith in you, bro.
I did not see this coming. I should have seen this coming. That is so stupid. I'm leaving. I'm going to work on this in silence for a while and see if I can fix it. Okay. Okay.
Oh, wow, that looks a lot different.
This could be interesting. All right. Now you have my attention. Now you have my attention, redstone contraption. We could be onto a winner here. You know what? I'm going to be confident and say we are onto a winner. I actually think I've managed to do it. And this system is so much more simple than the first one that I came up with. I'm actually a little bit embarrassed that I didn't do this in the first place.
He's like, I think the majority of us watch this and we're just in awe. Like, what? And he's like, I was embarrassed. I didn't think it was super easy. Like, bro, this is way over my head, bro.
There are two things that I've done here. The first problem that I solved is the color mix-up problem, and that is solved by having a grid that stays in the same place. So this does not move around. It is not a moving part. It stays in the same place, and it is designed specifically so that it can always power the stickers. So no matter what colors are on the faces of our Rubik's Cube, all of the correct things are going to get power. The second problem that I solved is a complexity problem, and I solved this by realizing that stickers are not like sticky pistons. You see, when a sticky piston is running into a block, the sticky piston isn't attached to the block. You can move the block independently of the piston, and for some reason I assume this was the case with the stickers. So say for example if this sticker was stuck to these white blocks right here, I assumed that if you moved these white blocks the sticker wouldn't move with it, which now that I say it sounds really stupid because it's literally called a sticker. You have to remember, I'm a redstone man at heart, and I think in terms of redstone contraptions, no excuse. So it was me realizing that when I activate this sticker, not only when I move these blocks will move, but if I move these blocks will move. That reduced the complexity by like 100%. And what I've ended up with is really quite a simple and elegant looking contraption. I mean, this looks super cool. I mean, just look at this thing. That's going to be the thumbnail.
This is impressive.
That's definitely the thumbnail. It's gorgeous. But the question is, does it actually work? And the answer is yes. I've actually built a Rubik's Cube in Minecraft. It works. It functions. Everything is spinning properly. All of the different components are working together. It actually works. Now, that is not something that I expected to say. You know, there were multiple moments today where I just totally thought that this was just never going to function and it was never going to come together. But I've done it. I've actually done it. Rubik's Cube in Minecraft completed. And look, this is me solving it. You know, I've worked it out. I've worked out how to solve Rubik's Cubes. And this is me solving it live in a time lapse. I'm totally not playing the time lapse backwards. Nope, definitely not doing that. Definitely did not play that time lapse reversed.
Sneaky dog, Mumbo, you sneaky dog.
People don't go on the internet and lie like that. I think it goes without saying, I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with this thing. It is awesome,
bro.
It's so cool. It's definitely my favorite create contraption I've ever made. There will be a world download down in the description. I'm actually going to scramble this thing up. And if you want to go away and solve it and then post videos of you solving the Rubik's Cube, that would be fantastic. It would be nice to see someone actually solve it. And not that I didn't actually solve it, of course, but it would still be cool to see someone actually.
You want someone to solve it, not in reverse.
Solve it. And on that note, I think it's time to end. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.
Yes. Mumbo, bro, let me bring you in, fam. See, guys, first off, I just want to say, like, this is what happens when you don't give up, right? Like, Mumbo, I mean, probably 3/4 of the way through, realized he had literally did this whole thing wrong. Essentially had to, you know, scrap it, rethink of what was going on, how to do it, try something new. that's what happens when you stick around and don't give up. And this build was crazy. Like, I've never seen that kind of redstone before, so that was pretty cool. Learning something new. And I would have, if you would have asked me, can you make a working Rubik's Cube in Minecraft, I would have said no, because I wouldn't have understood the components of, I thought if you like, the inside essentially wasn't movable. So it was crazy, beyond my scope of knowledge, but I had an absolute blast reacting to this. Mumbo, I love you, dude, and I loved it, the end where he literally played the time lapse in reverse. And I can't speak sometimes, words are overrated, but where he played the time lapse in reverse was pretty awesome. Guys, make sure you show Mumbo some love, subscribe to his channel, like the video, and if you enjoyed my reaction, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats, and as usual, be kind to one another, and that's all I got. Boom, I'm out. Oh, got number love with the sauce gang. Peace, I love you guys, I'm out.